Yeah. Yeah. What was that? What are you laughing at? What? Who are you? Hmm?
Hey!
What's the matter with you?
Who's there?
Hey! What's the matter with you? What was that noise? Yeah. 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 Yeah.
back.
So I see. Well, have you got it?
I have. There was a small fortune stashed away there.
Well, well. So, give me my half and we can each go on our merry way.
Here you are.
Splendid! It's been a pleasure working with you.
Goodbye.
Good boy. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. Yeah.
Hey, who's there? What are you doing?
God grant you health. God bless.
Meat, mutton, veal, beef,
I
and
know
chicken.
you. I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from?
What?
Of course, my dream. You were in a boat made of bone, and I put a crown of thorns on your head.
Cucumbers, asparagus and prunes.
Salami, sausages, meat of all shapes, sizes, and
All right.
flavours.
Tell me about this dream of yours.
That dream. Yes, that dream has come true. I dreamt that a young man would become my apprentice, my own pupil in the trade of
Cured
miracles.
and fresh. From the woods or from the pen. It all tastes delicious.
And that's supposed to be me?
Who else? What's your name, young man?
Henry.
Henry.
Onions.
A powerful name.
Veal,
So,
beef,
Henry,
and chicken.
are you ready to become my apprentice?
First, tell me, who are you, and what do you do?
Me? I am an unworthy, low, and miserable servant of Providence. Scholar or merchant, believer or heathen, I wander the world without home or family, with only my wagon, offering miracles to those that need them. That's who I am. Without home or kin, I wander this world with my wagon, providing the miracles that people need. Ointments, relics, aromatic herbs, rare spices, talismans and amulets for luck. All these things I have.
From the yard or from the wood, lean and fatty pork, chicken.
What exactly does it entail,
We have it all.
becoming your apprentice?
Come and see.
A lot of work and strenuous labor. Knowledge of medicine, theology, and white magic. You have to study the great works of the ancients and devote your time to understanding your fellow men, listening to them and learn to read their souls.
Meats of all kinds.
Nothing to it.
That's why God has sent you. So what do you say?
Good men, good wives, come have a look. Don't be shy. You'll never see such fine meat.
All right, I'll be your apprentice.
Wonderful! Oh, glorious day! I have a successor in my work.
So, how do you plan to start training me?
With a test of your practical skills.
Oh.
Mutton, veal, beef, and chicken.
I have my eye on 3 rare objects of great value. But sadly, they're a little difficult to obtain.
Garlic, carrots, beetroot, onions, all that grows in the ground, fresh. Come right up.
But just so we're clear, I'm not stealing anything for you.
Who said anything about stealing?
You said these are valuable things you're after.
Meat,
I don't suppose you can just
cured
pick them
and
up
fresh.
anywhere.
From the woods
Valuable
or from
for
the
me,
pen.
because I
It
know
all
their
tastes
power and
delicious.
strength. For an ordinary mortal, they barely mean anything.
Oh.
Garlic, onions,
Well, that's fine then.
mushrooms and asparagus.
First,
Come right up.
I need a
No
tooth
need
of
to
Saint
try.
Procopius. Then I'll need a branch from a topping out hung on a church. And finally, a talisman for luck from a passionate player.
Bloody
Our
hell,
Lord's
that's a lot.
tasty. Good on bread
All right,
and for frying.
one thing at a time.
Come and get it,
Cut
fine
you in
people.
half.
And pork crackling too.
About that
Good
tooth.
oil to taste.
It's going to be slightly more complicated, isn't it?
I know. Yes, it would be very difficult to gain such a rare relic, of course. That's why I have an alternative solution.
I'm listening.
A layman
Come
named
right up.
Procopius
It's
lives
a
by
feast
the
for your
monastery.
eyes and your
And it just
stomach.
so happens,
It's hard to
thanks to
resist.
my
You'll not
intricate
find
medical
better meat
knowledge,
anywhere.
that I found out he has a sick tooth.
How did you find out he has a sore
Carrots that'll
tooth?
make you and your family
As it
happy.
happens,
Onions
he
that'll make
told
you
me at the
cry.
tavern. But that...
Look, don't be shy. You'll never see such fine meat.
Wouldn't that be swindling people?
It is, and it isn't. If I sell that tooth as the tooth of Saint Procopius, then it certainly is deceitful. But if I sell it as a tooth from Procopius of Sasau, then I'm cheating nobody.
Does it really matter whose tooth I bring then?
Of course it does. The name Procopius in this holy land is shrouded with mystical powers. Sometimes I might play a
Have a
trivial
look at
trick
these
on
cucumbers.
someone, but
They'll
I
stay for
assure
a
you,
long
I'm no
term.
swindler.
Buy them before someone else does.
And how am I supposed to get the tooth?
Cured and
I haven't the
fresh.
faintest idea.
From the woods or from
You'll
the
have to
pen.
think of
It all
something.
tastes delicious.
But maybe you'll be able to persuade him to let the blacksmith pull it.
Fine, I'll get it from him.
Carrots, beetroot,
Wonderful.
Onions, all that grows in the ground, fresh. Come right up.
This topping out, what's that?
You're not a carpenter, it seems.
No, I'm a blacksmith.
I see. Well, a topping out is a
From
decorated
the yard
spruce
or
or
from the
a
woods,
conifer tree
lean and
hung
fatty
on
garlic,
top
chicken
of the
and
roof of a
beef
new
with
house
asparagus.
to bring
Have it
good
all.
fortune
Right
and
up.
God's
Come
blessing.
and see.
That topping off is hung pretty high, isn't it?
Naturally. It hangs on the rooftop according to tradition.
Meat, mutton,
And the church
veal,
is tall.
beef,
And how am I
chicken.
supposed to get it down?
Damned if I know. But they had to get it up there somehow, didn't they?
To put a smile on your face.
Well, then all we need to do is break off a branch somewhere, buy a few ribbons, and we've got our own homemade topping out right there.
You don't understand, young man. The topping out
Meat,
was sanctified
mutton,
by a
veal,
priest,
beef,
and it
and
hangs on the
chicken.
highest church far and wide. You can't just replace it with a decorated branch.
Fair enough.
Garlic soup for the
Very well.
winter,
I'll get
onion
it.
soup for the spring, asparagus for taste, and prunes for what
This
ails
player's
you.
talisman.
Try them.
Where am I supposed to find it?
I actually have a
Salami,
specific one in
sausages,
mind.
meat of all shapes,
Here at the
sizes,
inn, there's a
and
dice
flavours.
player who always has a cat's paw with him. That's supposed to bring him luck.
Asparagus, they'll cut you in half.
How am I supposed to get the talisman from him?
What ails you?
I haven't
Come
a
get
clue.
them.
It won't be easy, but I'm sure you'll find a way.
We'll see.
Salami, sausages, meat of all shapes, sizes, and flavours.
Very well. I'll get you the paw. I'll get looking for those things then.
Excellent!
Carrots that'll make
You do that,
and
my
your family
journeyman.
happy.
Good luck.
Onions that'll make you cry, and garlic that'll keep evil spirits at bay.
Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
First, you have to have some skills to hone.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Is this enough?
Come now, just a little more and we have a deal. Agreed. Now, listen up.
Prunes for what ails you. Try them.
God be with you. Good luck to you.
Let's have a word about the price.
Well, we...
Meat, cured and fresh. From the woods or from the pen.
Really?
It all tastes delicious.
Have a look
I'd
at these
almost
cucumbers.
shake on
They'll
them.
stay firm
Almost.
all winter. Buy them before someone else does.
All right, so...
Salami, sausages, lamb.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Is there anything interesting going on here?
Well, there's two good-for-nothings from Scarlets who are a thorn in my side. It's one thing sympathizing with them after what happened, but it's another when they get mixed up in all kinds of mischief. I'll catch them red-handed sooner or later. When I do, they'll be sorry they crossed me.
Farewell.
What in the...
God be with you. Farewell.
Jesus Christ be praised. How? Good luck then. Oi!
I'm honoured that you should come to me.
I'm looking for the master engraver. Do you know where I can find him?
He's probably in his workshop in the monastery courtyard. Good luck to you.
My humble greeting. Goodbye.
What's that?
Hey!
What in the...
Hmm?
What's it to be?
I hope I can be of some humble service to you. Take care now.
Let's talk about the...
Well...
Are we agreed?
That's not enough. See now, I...
It was the ancients who first discovered...
God be with you. Take care now. May the Lord watch over you.
Did you hear about Lugosh and Ushas?
About how they killed him. Are you?
To me?
Come right home.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Farewell.
I'm honoured that you...
Are there any problems around here I might be...
Well, of course it's your own Skalitz folk need the most help. There's some of them at the monastery. I talked to Johanka a few times. She's working her fingers to the bone taking care of the injured ones there. I'm sure she'd welcome some good Samaritan who'd lighten her load. That's all I can think of.
May the Lord watch over you. Good luck to you.
Good day to you.
You must be that lucky fellow everyone's talking about.
Lady Luck has been good to me lately, sure enough. But that can change quicker than you know.
People say that you get help from a lucky charm.
Is that not allowed?
No, it is. It just interests me, that's all.
Why?
I could use a paw like that myself.
Then go to the knacker. I'm sure he'll get you one.
I'd like to try that luck of yours. Let's play for your talisman.
As you wish. My talisman against your Groshen.
Sure. There'd be no point in it otherwise.
Take care now. Why, oh, why did I ever agree to this? I'll lose my shirt again. Curses. Why did I even start this game? If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good. We'll see. That's all. Well, seems my luck's run out. Damn it. Seeing how I lost, I reckon that cat spot don't bring luck anymore.
Not to you, anyway. So, thanks for the game.
My humble Good luck, then.
My humble greetings. How may I help you?
I'd like to order something.
And what is it you'd like?
Proper bath.
As you wish.
Fine. Here it is.
I'm sure you'll be extremely sad. God bless.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Any chance of some work?
Well, come to think, there is one rather delicate matter to attend to. A while ago, a holy man came by here. He said he'd come from the Holy Land, and he was selling various relics he'd collected on his travels to pay his way.
I see.
Well, I heard he had some fragments of a sacred sword that once belonged to the fabled Czech Queen of Sheba. But by the time he reached me, he had no pieces left of the sword. All he had was some dubious wares, splinters from our Lord's cross, thorns from the crown, nothing of interest to me.
And where did the pieces of the sword go?
He sold them off to swordsmiths and blacksmiths hereabouts. They just keep them lying around at home for good luck. If I had them, I'd forge them back into a sword. Of the sword, I'd repay you very handsomely.
Are you sure the Queen of Sheba's a Czech queen?
Who else would she be? Have you not heard of her? Our some priest. She's in the Bible.
Uh-huh. What kind of power did this sword have?
What do you think? It brought its bearer good luck in combat and protection from enemies.
I could do with a sword like that. What if you sold it to me?
Well, everything has its price, but this one would be expensive. Getting hold of the bits is one thing. Forging them back together is quite another. That tinkerer from Rattay couldn't manage it.
Isn't it a bit strange that some pilgrim would have something so valuable?
Are you suggesting he might have been lying? Well, people aren't to be trusted, but this is nothing to joke about. God would smite him in a flash if he made light of holy relics that way.
Where can I find the powers?
Like I said, the smith hereabouts bought them from him. They say the largest piece is with the Rattay swordsmith. The bastard probably won't want to sell. But if you manage to swipe it somehow...
Well, it does sound very interesting. I'll ask them and see what I can do.
Excellent. You'll see you won't regret it. I'll pay you well.
About that sword.
May the Lord watch over you. May the Lord watch over you.
Let's talk about the...
Well...
Are we agreed?
That's not enough. Aye, for that amount...
The sun sets out across the skies. He loses his way to the forge he flies.
God be with you. What can I do for you?
Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet are
Why is the blacksmith muttering nonsense to himself? Has he been in the sun too long?
Oh, that's nothing. Just a silly little rhyme for his work, to time it right.
Oh, I see. I thought he was delirious.
No, he's like that all the time. Take care.
The sun he hides behind a cloud. His heat goes cold and his fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck. Fry your fish, fish head's best, fishy thighs and fishy breast. So, from the beginning. The sun sets out across the skies. He loses his way, to the forge he flies. Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you will not wither, darling mine. Now, for the last time. The sun he hides behind a cloud, his heat goes cold and his fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck. Fry your fish, the fish head's best, fishy thighs and fishy breast. So, from the beginning. The sun sets out across the skies. He loses. I'm honoured that you should come to me.
They say you're the best blacksmith in the whole region. That metal you've tempered never breaks.
Ah, nothing but old wives' tales. Of course some of my pieces have broken, but only ever here, at the smithy.
No one's ever returned anything for you to rework, though, have they?
Not that I recall, but I can't remember everything.
I understand. I remember Father always heated up the iron until it was bright red, just starting to turn bright yellow. The furnace hummed gently and glowed, and then the water hissed. There was sweat on our foreheads too.
Fine words, and no mistake. I do it a little differently. I heat until the metal is 2-3 shades short of bright yellow. I ease up on the bellows, and after a Lord's Prayer and a Hail Mary, off it goes into the water.
It's strange to think that I'll never help him out with it again. Our forge will stay burned out forever, unless I go back to the trade myself.
It would be a shame not to, lad. Working iron is a worthwhile thing. Godly. It makes life easier for folk. And, let's be honest, you can make a decent living doing it.
And is that all? There's nothing else you do with it?
Well, that depends. I heat it up again after that, but not so it starts to glow. I just hold it like this at the edge of the furnace for a while, and then quench it again.
You quench twice?
Yes, although there's less quenching needed the second time. It doesn't get quite so hot.
And how does that help?
I don't rightly know. I found out about it by chance. I got caught short, needed to piss so bad I left the rod resting by the furnace by mistake. That's how I found out if you quench twice, it doesn't break as easily. No idea why, but I've tried it enough times to know it works.
I heard you reciting something just then. What was it?
None of your bloody business. And you'd best be off if you're not here to buy. Farewell.
I'd like to ask you about the tempering.
And I'd say I've nothing much to tell you. You just need a...
Let's stop talking about temp. Do you pull teeth?
Oh, it doesn't give me any pleasure, but someone has to do it.
Well, I have a customer here.
Bring him in. I'll go and get my pliers.
Take care now.
I'm looking for pieces of a sword that a pilgrim from the Holy Land was selling. Would you happen to know anything about it?
I would. Of course I would.
Well?
It's a load of tripe. Only a fool would have given that trickster a single groschen, and I'm no fool. How about you?
But if he lied about that sort of stuff, it would be a terrible sin.
Don't be so gullible, lad. That bastard never saw the Holy Land. Unless it was in a fresco.
Farewell.
Do you know how the blacksmith does his tempering?
You'll have to ask him yourself. I help him out here and there.
Well, thank you.
My pleasure.
I've heard the local blacksmith is a warlock.
What utter rubbish!
They say he mutters spells while he's tempering to strength.
Those aren't spells, just regular old nonsense. Honestly.
Kuttenberg is far, far away. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I buy a horse, but I am poor.
Know how the well,
my pleasure.
Why is the black?
Oh,
It's...
no.
Farewell.
Good day, Henry.
Henry,
I'm glad to see you.
Matthew! Fritz! You're alive!
Of course we're alive.
You can't get rid of us that easily.
I'm almost surprised how happy I am to see the pair of you are all right.
We are now, but we barely made it.
Yeah, it was hard. Fritz ran like a little girl.
Really?
Bollocks! Bloody Joker.
So that's what happened to you.
They gave me a pretty good thrashing as well. It was only in Rat-Eye that I got back in my right mind.
And I see you're not doing too badly for yourself. What are you up to?
Right now, I'm a squire for Sir Radzig.
I see you've worked your way up.
And how are you two getting by?
It's shit.
You said it. We're still chopped after bits. Owe the monastery a bundle. And there's no work here.
Not for anyone with more than half a brain, anyway.
No one's interested in two good carpenters in Sasau.
No one.
And we looked everywhere.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know of anything?
It will really help us out right now.
Well, I can ask around, but I'm not promising anything.
Thanks, Henry.
We'll pay off the debt, don't you worry.
And where would they hire you to?
Well, we were carpenters in the mines, so wherever they work with wood, I suppose. Forget about construction. After Skalitz, no one will be building for a long time. Just here in Sasau, and they don't want us here. The best chance we have is to work at a mill. People always have to eat. Ideally, we're looking for a job that pays a lot and doesn't require much work.
What other neighbours of ours made it?
Your hunker's in the monastery. That girl really helped us out. That's about all we know. When we ran for it, we helped Teresa. But who knows where she is now? We got separated.
I owe my life to Teresa. She hauled me unconscious to the mill in Rat-Eye and nursed me back to health.
I'm glad she survived. Since you know her so well, why not try asking her if she knows about any work? Goodbye.
God grant you health. How may I help?
Have you got a bed for the night?
All right. For how long?
How about if I pay you for several nights?
No problem. But you pay in advance.
That's quite a lot. Can we discuss the price? What do you say to this?
That's not enough. Take care.
Is there somewhere I...
Alright, for how long?
Just the one night.
No problem.
Here you go.
You've got it all to yourself. No one will disturb you.
Where do I go to sleep?
On the upper floor of the inn. There are steps up to it outside. The middle room is yours. Goodbye.
Ah!
Hey, where's my ale?